Okay, intro music off. Mr. Gazda here, 544. Let's do this. You totally need a reference table. Where's mine? Right here. Okay, station model stuff. Here we go. Air pressure at location A. Location A is this. That is not the air pressure. 096 is not it. That is in code. Got to write it out of code. This is what you do. Write 096 down. Then go to the reference table. That's the rule. If it's above 500 or below 500, you add a 9 or a 10. Okay, you don't have to necessarily remember that, but do know. So here, that number is below 500, and you see the actual air pressure is that. Well, is that right there? So what did they add in front? They added a 10. So that gives you the rule. Below 500, add a 10. Therefore, if it's above 500, you add a 9. And a good way to check, your answer must be on here somewhere. If your answer is not within this range, you did something wrong. So I'm going to add a 10, and then I put a decimal between the last two. Okay, so it's 1009.6, and it must have millibars on there. Units for all these. No units, and you answer is wrong. It just is. Very important for weather. Present location, location C. Present weather, sorry, location C. That dot, what does that equal? Present weather is going to be this area, the reference table of the station model, and that the dot, rain. So therefore, the answer there is rain. Atmospheric pressure at location B. So B is here. Let's write that down first. 140. And then go back to the reference table. Realize here it is below 500. You add a 10. Use that as a rule. Add a 10. A decimal between the last two. And that is millibars. Okay. We're on a roll. 4. Wind direction at location A. Location A. That's the wind direction right there. Use this as a guide. Look. The wind direction here, it tells you it's from the southwest, therefore it's going this way. It goes from the end towards the center. Use that as a guide. I do not expect you to have that memorized. So, therefore, the wind is blowing this way. Wind blowing this way. So, therefore, it's from the, and then this map is always like this, you know, north, south, east, west, from the east. For number 4. That's key. Air temperature at location B. Well, here's B right here. What number here is air temperature? This will tell you that number right there, 28, that's temperature, meaning air temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. So at B it is 70. And you must have degrees Fahrenheit. Not just degrees, because that could be Celsius. It must have degrees Fahrenheit, or else it's wrong. Okay, 6. Barometric pressure. Air pressure, atmospheric pressure, barometric pressure are all the same thing, A barometer measures air pressure. That's the tool. Barometric pressure, know that. At C. So C is right here. 163, I'm going to write that down. 163. And then using this as a guide, again, that is below 500. You are adding a 10. If it was above, we'd add a 9. I add a 10. And then a decimal point here. And that is millibars. That's key. Wind direction at B. Wind direction at B. So wind at B, please use reference table as a guide. Know that it blows this way from the end towards the center. So it's from the south. From the south. Wind speed at C. Wind speed. So these flags here tell you wind speed. And feathers, actually, is what they're actually called. And then it denotes here, wind speed here is 15, a large one is 10, a small one is 5. And so there at D you have 2 large ones, 10 plus 10, 20, and you must write knots. If you just write 20, it is incorrect. And it's not 20 miles an hour, it's 20 knots. That's key. Present weather at location E. Present weather at location E goes like this. So the present weather symbol's right here, and this is all the choice of them right here. Okay. So at E, it is it's this symbol right there. Look that up. That's right there. Thunderstorms. Answer: thunderstorms. Wind speed at E. Wind speed at E. So E is here. Again, a full flag, a feather, and a half a feather. So that's 10 plus 5. 15 knots. Use the reference table as a guide on that as well. Dew point temperature at E, I look right here. Where's dew point temperature? Dew point temperature is this lower left number here. In this case it's 27, but here it is for E 55, and the answer is 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this. You must have that, these units here must be on there for them to be right. If they're not, do not be marking them right, and just have to have it on there. Okay? On the back, here we go. On the back, it looks like this. First, before we do that, here we go. Last name. If your last name, find a letter that starts with your last name. Okay? And then write it next to your name on the front. So, G, 40, go like this. 40, circle it. Okay? Do that, please. Now. Alright, on to the back. Which region probably starts with the air mass labeled CP on the map? CP is, you can look it up actually. Know that it's in here. Page 13 of the reference table. Look at the air mass. The CP is continental polar. That means it's over the continent, low moisture, is kind of dry air, and polar means close to the poles, cold. Therefore, what's the most likely source of it? Best answer, central Canada. Central Canada. 2. Which type of front and frontal movement is shown on the weather map? That's the front right there. And if you don't have the symbols memorized, which is fine if you don't, they're right here. So therefore, it's a cold front. And the key thing, it is a cold front, and it's traveling this way. Look at those, whatever side they're on, they kind of point like arrows. So it is a cold front moving southeastward towards the southeast. That's choice 2. 3. The CP air mass is identified based on its temperature and moisture content. Okay. Polar means it comes from the poles, means that it's cold temperature, and the moisture content, continental, means it's dry, so that is choice 3. Alright, this is base 4 to 6 of a hurricane. Which air mass is normally associated with the formation of hurricanes? Hurricanes form over the ocean, close to the equator. They need a lot of heat to evaporate the water, and it feeds off the warm water. So it is maritime, tropical, has a lot of moisture, and warm is key. Maritime, tropical. Clouds form the hurricane because the air is rising, expanding, and cooling, right? Air rises, it expands due to less pressure, it cools till it reaches its dew point, and then the water vapor condenses, forms clouds. That's key. Look this stuff up. There's a whole page on the notes on this. When the eye of this hurricane reaches 43 degrees north, this hurricane will most likely be pushed by the planetary winds toward what direction? This is where you really get to use this page of the reference table. 43 degrees north is in here, between 60 and 30. So in here, what direction is the planetary winds going to push it? Well, the winds come from the southwest. They're going to push it towards the northeast. Okay, that's key. Southwest winds come from the southwest towards the northeast. So the hurricane will be pushed toward the northeast. Choice 2. Okay, I'm Mr. Gazda, and I approve this homework.